Hey there, fellow story lovers. Welcome back to EzroniX Stories with yours truly, Ezron. So tonight's story, it's about youth and the illusions that come with it. It's about lust, nightlife, and the kind of overconfidence that makes young people believe they're invisible. It's about the risks we take when we chase the thrills without caution, and the bitter lessons that wait when it finally goes wrong. This actually happened to someone that I knew back in university. He thought he was in control, smooth with a girl, sharp in the game, untouchable in the night. But that night, touched back. This story teaches us that not everything is exciting and safe. Not everyone smiling is innocent, and sometimes it only takes one night to lose everything. So grab a seat and lean in. Let me tell you about Ngaraka and the Town Girl. So, university love? Please don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. So, that thing is just drama, pure unfiltered drama. That's all I remember. Now listen, let me tell you about Ngaraka, and you'll understand why I've never taken that whole university love kind of thing so seriously. Ngaraka, that guy. He thought he knew the game, the master player, the smooth operator. Or so he thought. Let's just see about that. We'll see about that. Ngaraka had a habit, a dangerous one. He picked up girls like they were loose coins, off bar stools, off street corners, after parties. Anywhere really he found them, anywhere he would just pick them up. If they smiled, he followed. If they staggered, he offered a hand to pick them up. Every night, like a clockwork, he was always on the hand, always on the move. Bars were his favorite playground. He called them the comfort zones. For the purpose of this story, I will call them the hunting grounds for him. Anyway, that's why he found them, the loners, the heartbroken, the bored. And just like that, he would pick them up like some nocturnal fisherman. He always brought someone home, a comforter, a fellow night dweller for the night, just one night, then disappear them by the morning. But that's not even the story. We're not there yet. Here's the real story. One day, right at the start of a new university semester, I remember this. You know that time, everyone just has come back from home, buzzing, rested, pretending to be reformed. Ngaraka too, fresh from holiday, looking clean, looking ready, but most importantly, loaded. His pockets were loaded, cash. I mean, like any student fresh from home, the guy had money, stacks of it, upkeep, hostel fees, a little extra here and there from a generous auntie, from a generous uncle. It was the high season, excitement in the air. Everybody had plans. And Ngaraka, he had his tuition too, in cash. He thought of banking it the very day he arrived at school that semester. Of course he did, but you know how it goes. Tomorrow. He told himself he'd do it the first thing in the morning. Tomorrow. A harmless delay. Right, just a harmless delay. Nothing else. Big mistake. He reached into his wardrobe, pulled out his favorite denims, took all the cash he had, the tuition, the hostel fees, all of it, and shoved it deep into the pockets of the denims like it was some kind of loose change. Safe, he thought. It is safe. He was going to bank it, sure, in the morning. But some habits, they just itch. That evening came in very fast. The bar itch hit even faster. Ngaraka couldn't wait. He missed it. The smell, the smoke, the hand. So he made plans. Just a quick drink, maybe some just small company, just someone to keep him warm through the night. Just after coming back from home, he missed his life. He was a guy. He missed his life. And just like that, the game began. And so that's our story. So he walked into the bar like he owned the place, found his favorite spot at the counter, sat down feeling good, feeling fresh, feeling rich. Whew, he was loaded. He ordered a drink, then another, and another. He scanned the room, looked around. Any girls? Any girls? He scanned the room, calculated. He was wired, buzzing, ready, itchy. Tapped his glass. Then sipped, tapped, sipped. His eyes kept moving around. Any girls? Any girls? Then he saw her. Right there. At the center of the dance floor. She didn't sit. She owned the space. Like him, she scanned. While he scanned, she scanned. Then click. They locked eyes. Just like that, a moment, a trap. He smiled. She smiled back. A town girl, and not just any town girl. Oh my God, tight jeans, tiny top, dark red lips, cigarettes in one hand, whiskey in the other, and weed that's somewhere like a secret, waiting to be shared. What do you think? What did Ngaraka think? Looking back now, what a fool, what a fool, what a blunder, what a fool. Together they crossed the dance floor. He led, she followed, almost floating, gliding behind him. He picked a table at the corner of the bar. In the bar, he just looked for a small table in the corner, away from the counter, away from the noise. She slid behind him, a lioness, a hunter. They sat, the two hunters, in a jungle of smoke and music. Then came the whiskey, then shisha, then beer. A cigarette danced between her fingers, the smoke curling upward, fading like Ngaraka's common sense. Oh, the fool should have known. I'm telling you, he should have known. He had money. He bought, she drank, he bought again, she drank more. They laughed. He bought even more. They laughed, they drank. He thought he was winning. Like really winning, because that's what he was there for. But the night was swallowing him whole, and he did not even know it. Whiskey drowned the hours, and so Ngaraka was also drowning along with the hours, losing his senses. Then came the moment. She leaned into his ears, whispered, "Let's go. Let's go." Then louder, so he'd hear through the bars in his head. "Your place tonight, let's go." Ngaraka grinned. It was happening, that's what he was here for. So they staggered into the night, arms tangled, shadows wrapping around them like secrets, back into his room. Back in the room, she kicked off her heels, smiling, swaying around, no rush, everything was slow and deliberate, measured, earrings off. Then her bottom, the clothes off, everything was off. Ngaraka sat on the bed watching, grinning, swaying around. The fool. She turned, walked into the bathroom, looked over her shoulder. "Right back, honey, I'll be coming back." Then she moved. He nodded, smiled, and buttoned his shirt, and lay back, waited. The fool. It was happening. But then, all of a sudden, he woke up, and sunlight stabbed his eyes. His head was pounding, his chest was tight, breath short, very and fast, his throat dry, his tongue thick, his stomach was twisting like a rope. Something was off. Something was off. He turned. The bed, it was all messed up. Sheets were all over the place, thrown aside like a storm had passed through his room. He jumped up, staggered. His feet were unsteady. One step, and then was almost like falling and then holding onto the walls. The door to his room was wide open. He stepped out into the corridor of his hostel, blinked, dazed, a ghost in his own hostel. And then confusion. People froze, eyes widened. Someone gasped. Ladies covered their eyes. Someone screamed. One guy dropped his cap. Ngaraka looked around in the corridor, looked down, naked. He was naked, fully naked, head to toe. What? So he bolted back into his room, his heart still pounding like drums. In the room, he looked around. What was going on? What was happening? His clothes were spread all over the floor, scattered like breadcrumbs. A shirt here, boxers there, jeans yonder. What had happened? The room was a disaster. Papers everywhere, shoes tossed here and there, mattress pushed aside like someone had checked beneath it. Drawers opened and rummaged through. Then he remembered, oh Lord. His eyes locked onto the wardrobe, the tuition, the hostel fees. Oh my God. He already knew, but he didn't want to accept. He already knew, but still he had to check to be really sure, to just confirm what he already knew. He walked to the wardrobe, reached for the denims, picked them from the floor where had stuffed the denims where he had stuffed the money the previous evening. His hands were trembling. Every single note was gone. All his cash was gone. The pockets were his pocket pulled out and there was nothing. Oh my God, what was he going to tell his parents? And the girl, where was she? Last he saw her, she was walking into the bathroom naked and was calm on the bed smiling to himself. And where was she? Could she still be there? Of course not. But still he checked the bathroom. It was empty. His wallet, he saw it on the floor. It too, it was empty, fully open like this, just looking at him. Every cash, like the single piece of his dignity, just gone. What had just happened? What was he? Was he dreaming? He wished he was dreaming. Neighbors later said they saw the girl leave, the town girl, around noon. So she had slept, wandered around. Yes, the town girl had stayed beside him, calm and bothered through the night. Took her time. She had undressed him, emptied all his pockets, raided the wardrobe, ransacked the whole room. And when Ngaraka woke up, it wasn't even morning, not even noon. It was 3 p.m., late in the afternoon. Then something he hadn't seen before, right there on the table. Breakfast. The girl had left him breakfast, bread, eggs, and a glass of milk. And a note. Can you imagine? Yes, a note. He stepped closer, picked it up, and it read, "Thank you, honey, for last night, for everything." And then silence. He stood still, numb. His mouth was dry. His heart sank. He made a slight chuckle. She had humor. Even him, he smelled that. As he reached for his boxers, it all came back, the flashes, that final shot, the one that had been offered by the girl, that last drink. It had gone down so easy, too easy and smooth, too sweet. Now it all made sense. While he played his game, she had also played hers, and she had won. And you people still talk about universal love? Love? It was drama. All drama. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ngaraka. And in one night, a stranger took everything, all while he smiled thinking he was winning. You see? This story reminds us that lust is blinding and nightlife can be unforgiving. When you mistake attention for affection, you risk everything. If you loved our story for today, and I know you did, how could you really not? Like, share, subscribe. We really need that. We're still a new channel and we're just growing. We're just starting. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Share this with people that you know around you. And if you're looking for good stories to read in your free time on your own, we have those in plenty on our EzroniX website. Links is in the description below. And while you're there at our site, at our beautiful site, please also sign up for the newsletter so that you can receive all these updates back into your inbox. Otherwise, that link is also in the description below if you don't want just rush there now. Until then, keep listening, keep feeling, keep being human, please. And above all, remember this. Stories inspire life. Saludos.